It's become a top choice in the party scene. Nitrous oxide, better known as NOS.
We got some NOS.
Inhaling it gives a sense of euphoria as it cuts off oxygen to the brain. But when used in the wrong hands, innocence can pay the price.
I'm never gonna forget my daughter.
I too miss my son. He's been gone a little over 4 years now.
And as law enforcement tries to keep up with the problem,
hey bud, what's that? Little tank in the back.
Fox 11 is going undercover, bringing you along to several spots all across the Southland as we pull back the curtain on how and where NOS is being sold, sometimes with catastrophic consequences.
People are being killed, people are being hurt.
November 2017. 11-year-old Alexra Yepes is killed at a Boyle Heights intersection after a speeding driver causes a chain reaction crash. Prosecutors say the driver, Joe Luis Perez, was high on nitrous at the time of the crash. He was arrested at the scene and now faces up to 13 years in prison. Months after her death, Yepes' family joined us at her gravesite as her father remembered his little girl.
I'm by right next to her, a little piece of land, because I want to be with her. When God called me, I'm going to be with her.
The family is joined by Ed Scott, who is all too familiar with their pain. In 2014, his 17-year-old son Eddie was killed when the driver of the car he was a passenger in inhaled nitrous from a balloon and crashed right into a tree. Eddie died instantly. The NOS canister was recovered at the scene.
They're basically identical cases. Both boys driving the cars were inhaling nitrous oxide. They passed out, whether it be for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it is. They passed out and crashed. I come out here and see Electra whenever I come by on the 60 freeway. And
thank you.
Frankly, I have the same feeling and the same emotions when I come and see her that I do when I go see Eddie. And I know that her and Eddie are up there today watching over us.
And nitrous isn't only dangerous when it's used behind the wheel. In 2012, a 31-year-old man was killed in an accident near downtown LA when a nitrous tank he was handling suddenly exploded inside of his shop. In 2015, a 23-year-old man died at a local illegal nitrous party after he was shot during a fight. His killer was never caught.
I'm assuming that he's still out there doing the same thing. And the guy that promotes this stuff, they're still promoting these kind of parties and they're still out there. Nothing has been done.
For years, Fox 11 has been investigating these illegal nitrous parties, which are held all over the Southland, often advertised by party promoters. These underground parties happen almost weekly. They can be found advertised all over social media, and teens seemingly have little to no issue finding the NOS and using it however they see fit, including this disturbing video we shot of a teen inhaling a balloon while he's behind the wheel and filling up at a gas station. For the past several months, Fox 11 has gone undercover to multiple locations all across the Southland to pull back the curtain on nitrous sales and how young people are getting their hands on it. This is video we shot at an auto shop in San Pedro. We watched as dozens of teens and young adults came and went from the business, where they filled up their tanks with NOS. Some brought the tanks right into waiting vehicles. Others had balloons ready to go. Some appeared to be doing drugs in their vehicles before driving away. All of this happening as an oblivious LAPD officer drives by, unaware of what's going on. For hours, we watched as a seemingly endless wave of people came and went to fill up on NOS, including a group of young girls who decided to take a quick bathroom break in the parking lot once they put their tank in the car. Neighbors who live nearby tell us off camera they're just sick of it.
I've seen them inhaling it out of the balloons while they're driving. I would like to see the police come and do something about it.
On another night, we stopped by a different auto shop, this time in Carson. We saw a line of people waiting outside, some with large canisters, so we went up for a closer look. Inside, there were several canisters of nitrous, and we witnessed cash exchanges as employees delivered the NOS to waiting customers. At another location in East LA, more of the same, as customers showed up throughout the night to fill up their tanks and get their fix. And it was the same story at this location in South Central LA as people came and went with their nitrous tanks, looking for a fill-up, with this driver and passenger passing their tank back and forth as the car is running. Here in California, nitrous is only legal for medical use or car maintenance, and selling or possessing nitrous for illegal use is only a misdemeanor.
The consequences just aren't there. There's no fear.
Sergeant Cameron Nelson of Rialto PD says the lax laws make people feel safe about using NOS.
Prosecution is difficult. The high is so short but so extreme that when we get on scene after a huge incident, a lot of times we can't recognize the symptomology of it.
Rialto PD has been trying to crack down. They previously raided RCO Auto Repair in Fontana for selling NOS to minors after hours. It's the same shop where Ed Scott Sr. says his son got the gas the day he died. Ed Scott Sr. is fighting back. He held a protest outside of Air Source Industries in Long Beach as he's suing the company over the death of his son. His lawsuit claims the FDA identified Air Source as one of the largest suppliers of NOS to auto shops in SoCal, and that their tanks were found at RCO.
Those tanks also had Air Source's name on it. Air Source clearly knows what they were doing.
Air Source responded by saying they condemn the illegal sale of nitrous and they've complied with all laws and regulations. In the meantime, police say NOS has turned into a regional problem, stretching from the LA area all the way down to San Diego. And until the penalties get tougher, more innocent victims will be caught in the middle.
Look at the stories. Look at what's going on around us. It's not harmless.
And under California law, selling nitrous oxide to anybody under the age of 18 is illegal. And if a business gets caught doing it more than one time, they can lose their state license. Now, race car mechanics use nitrous to make their vehicles go faster. That's why auto shops, like you saw in the story right there, have now become the top location for NOS sales to teens and young adults. But guys, police out there just feel like there's not enough enforcement on this.
Yeah. There's a disconnect here somewhere. I mean, this isn't a new issue. It's not a new problem. How are they getting away with this?
This has been going on since like the mid-90s. This is nothing new. What's new about this is kind of the social media aspect. These teens can find out when and where to get it as simple as an Instagram post, a Facebook post. That's the new online aspect to it. Now, what these auto shops are doing is, by law, they have to ask for ID. And when we went undercover at some of these places, some of them did ask the kids for ID, and the kids say, yeah, I got ID, but they never check it. They just hand over the canister. They do it without checking, and they all have them sign this waiver, which essentially says, yes, I agree that by purchasing this nitrous, I am using it explicitly for use on my car. So that's kind of how the shops get away with saying, well, look, they told us they were going to use it for a legal reason, kind of gets them off the hook legally. But I think it's safe to say all those people we saw showing up in that parking lot, they're not all race car drivers.
Like you said, not enough enforcement.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, thanks very much. Eye-opening.